So I am in the process of revamping my vanity. You can check out my previous DIY video on how I built this vanity. So I've been making some changes, tweaking it to make it pop just a little bit more. So I bought some more wall decor to kind of go up there. And I just noticed that I have a lot of wall space. So I kind of wanted to do something with it. And I've always wanted these lack shelves from IKEA. I just didn't feel like paying for about $60 or so per lack shelf, and then on the top of that paying for taxes as well as like their upcharge and their delivery fees. So I'm finally going to create them myself. So what we have here is I got these two boards from Home Depot, and they are 12 by 72 inches. And then I bought an additional two, and I got 6 shelves out of each board. So I know that for the IKEA lack shelf, it's typically 75 inches or so. But they didn't have 75 inches in one of these white boards at Home Depot, so I went with 72, and then I figured I'd just space these out to have 6 instead of 7 shelves. So the materials that you are going to need are, of course, scissors, tape measure, a pencil. These are the screws that I'm going to use. The guy at Home Depot said that I didn't have to buy like a drill bit. Like, I have the drill, but I don't have like the drill bit to drill holes into the wood. But he said if you do it really slowly, like, these screws should work. And I bought 4 packs of these because they didn't have like a pack that came in 24 or 25 or 50. So I had to buy these individually, and I feel like I'll put the price of what these were in the description box. But these are what they look like outside of the bag. This is the drill that I got from Walmart. And I decided to go with the premium vinyl shimmer glitter paper. So I decided that it was much easier than spray painting, because I was originally going to just spray paint the part of the wood that's showing. Now, I saw in some other people's videos that they went ahead and just got some white paint really cheap and just painted the wooden parts that are showing. But I decided, hey, why not put a twist or a spin on it? You know, I feel like these white walls are so boring. Why not add a splash of color? While I attempted to do spray painting the wood portion, it did not turn out so well. This is exactly what it turned out. Yeah. So this was a failed attempt. So I tried to think of the next best thing, and this was it. Now, I'm going to put in the description box, like, maybe like cheaper options for this, because I got it from Target because I was just in a rush. I didn't feel like trying to order it from Amazon or Michael's or some store where you can get it really cheap. But I went ahead and just got this from Target for like 11 bucks. And I bought extra just in case I'll need it, but I really won't need that much to kind of go on each side. There's like at least 3 wooden parts that are exposed. So I'll just use this and cut like a little sliver and kind of put it on there. But I'll show you that part and we'll see how it turns out. So you're going to start by measuring the 3 sides onto the paper. Make sure it's pretty accurate, because what you don't want is any extra kind of hanging off and flapping, or any of it kind of, when you brush up against it, it kind of just coming completely up. So you want to measure the 3 sides precisely. And then after you do that, you're going to cut it out and just kind of repeat this process. It actually might be easier if you go ahead and just measure each shelf initially and then cut all of them out. But this was kind of trial and error, just to kind of see and kind of get it right. So you can test it out and see, just to make sure it fits pretty well. But I'm going to speed up the rest of this process. Alright guys, so this is what it looks like when your boards are actually done. It came out quite nice, and now we're about to move on to the fun part. So I've kind of laid out both of the boards and kind of eyeballing and kind of trying to figure out how I want to line up the shelves, what I want the measurements to be for both. So you're gonna see me kind of take the measuring tape just to get the kind of measurements, and I'm gonna eyeball them a little bit more just to kind of make any adjustments I need to. But what I decided on was 15 inches apart between the top shelf and the bottom shelf, with the shelf that's right next to it, and then doing 13 and a half, 13 and a half, and then 14, and then the last one being 15. So once you have marked those off, you can kind of put the shelves on and kind of eyeball them if they look the way that you want them to, and they did. So for this part, I'm just duplicating the measurements from that board to the other board, and this is probably where having a ruler would actually come in handy versus the measuring tape that just kept moving while I was trying to measure it. So that's the next part of this process before we kind of get into drilling holes and screwing in the shelves. Now it's drilling time. So go ahead and grab your drill bit, and of course your screws so we can get started. So this was my first time drilling, y'all, and this first shelf literally took me forever because I did not know what I was doing. I'm going to show you how I did the second shelf because that process went by really fast and much easier. But I just wanted to show you that, you know, throughout this process, there might be some trial and error to figure out your groove or how you want to do it or what's the best way so you can work smarter and not harder, but so that you don't give up if you do make any mistakes. Alright, because we learned trial and error with doing the first shelf, yes, it came out great, but now we have a system for doing the second shelf so we can work smarter and not harder. Alright, so I went ahead and I marked off where I want each nail to go all the way down. And then I also went on each shelf and marked where I'm going to drill. So we are going to do all of the drilling first and do all of the screwing last so that it's a much smoother and easier process. Let's see how it goes. Alright guys, we are in the final stretch of this project, and so last but not least, in order to mount it to the wall, you need at least 4 screws. I mean, I didn't trust just doing only 2 screws, so my boyfriend recommended to do 4, and I had it lean up against the floor. So go ahead and grab your pencil and mark off where you want the screws. I put them under the second shelf and under, I believe, the 4th shelf. That way it's pretty sturdy at the top as well as at the bottom. And once you do that, just go ahead and grab the drill and drill it through there and then screw it in. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the grand finale! Woo! Take a look at this beautiful finish to all of this. Just take a look. I found some little knickknacks and things I had around the house to go ahead and put on the shelf to kind of give you a general idea of what it could look like. But I'm definitely probably going to change out some things as I see fit or add some new things. But yeah, guys, this came out so nice, and I have been wanting this look for my vanity since I even created it in the first place. So now this is no longer on my Pinterest board. It is official. I now have it in my home.
And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, go ahead and leave me a comment, and I hope that you can create this look for yourself. Hit me in the comments if you have any questions. Thanks again for watching. Stay tuned. Go ahead and hit that notification bell too so you can see what other projects that I'm doing in quarantine. Bye.